Good evening, live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. First, the headlines. Greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to His Excellency the President of Azerbaijan are conveyed by His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council. Sultanate advances 10 places in Doing Business 2020 Index ranking at 68th globally. And the Sultanate and Iran signed a memorandum of understanding in tourism, marketing and management of touristic sites. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. Greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to His Excellency Dr. Ilham Haydar Aliyev, President of Azerbaijan, of good health, happiness, and for the people of his country of further progress and prosperity, were conveyed by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council, head of the Sultanate's delegation to the 18th Summit of the Heads of the States and Governments of the Non-Aligned Movement. On his part, the President of Azerbaijan asked His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council to convey his greetings and best wishes to His Majesty the Sultan and for the Omani people of further growth and development. During the meeting, they discussed the cooperation relations between both countries and ways to enhance them in various fields. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfouz al-Mandari, Chairman of the State Council, arrived in Azerbaijan leading the Sultanate's delegation to the works of the 18th Summit of the Heads of States and Governments of Non-Aligned Movement, which will be held in the capital Baku tomorrow. His Excellency is accompanied by His Excellency Sheikh Khalifa bin Ali Al-Harthi, Undersecretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for Diplomatic Affairs, His Excellency Dr. Qasim bin Mohammed Al-Salhi, Sultanate's Ambassador accredited to Turkey and non-resident Ambassador to the Republic of Azerbaijan, and a number of officials. His Excellency General Sultan bin Mohammed Al-Nu'mani, Minister of the Royal Office, received in his office today His Excellency Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh, Chief of Air Staff of the Friendly Republic of India. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged cordial talks and discussed cooperation aspects between the Sultanate and the Friendly Republic of India. They also reviewed the historical relations march as well as matters of common concern. Promoting the military aspects of cooperation between the Sultanate and the Republic of India, His Excellency Sayyid Badr bin Saud bin Harb al-Busaidi, Minister responsible for Defense Affairs, received Air Chief Marshal Rakesh Kumar Singh, Chief of Air Staff of the Indian Air Force, who is currently visiting the Sultanate. During the meeting, they reviewed the bilateral cooperation between both countries and discussed aspects of mutual interests. The Sultanate gained 10 places in Doing Business 2020 Index, ranking at 68th globally. The Sultanate of Oman was ranked the first place for trading across the border within the GCC countries. The Sultanate also gained 5 places under Start-up Business ranking 32nd and globally. In the index of dealing with construction permits, Oman ranked 47th globally, 35th for electricity availability, 52nd for registering property, 88th for protections of minority investors, and 11th at paying taxes. The Sultanate and Iran signed a memorandum of understanding in tourism, marketing and management of touristic sites. More details in the following report. Activating tourism industry between Oman and Iran is moving forward. The Sultanate of Oman's Minister of Tourism signed a memorandum of understanding with the Minister of Cultural Heritage, Tourism and Handicraft of the Islamic Republic of Iran to implement a joint program for a 3-year period in different areas such as tourism promotion and advertisements and tourism activation between the two countries. The officials of the two countries held a good relationship between the two countries, at which closer cooperation in the tourism sector would expand further the bilateral ties between the two nations in other fields. Oman is also preparing to launch a shipping route to Iran's southern port city of Bandar Abbas to transfer tourists on cruise ships. It's worth mentioning that the Memorandum of Understanding is aimed at encouraging two countries to exchange best practices in sustainability of tourism and activating training programs and benefiting from experiences of the two countries in the areas of renovating historical sites that will attract tourists. With the feelings of deep joy, citizens of the Wilaya of Daba in the Governorate of Musandam organized a procession of gratitude for the builder of Oman's Renaissance and its leader, His Majesty the Sultan. During the procession, citizens expressed their happiness on the occasion of rising the administrative level of the Governorate and what was achieved in the Wilayat in the form of poetry, traditional dances and music that reflect the extent of joy and happiness felt by the citizens in the Wilayat. Huge crowds of citizens participated in the procession, including men, youth and children who carried pictures of His Majesty and hoisted flags of the Sultanate, cheering sincere greetings and best wishes to His Majesty, the beloved leader, praying to Almighty to protect His Majesty as the guardian of this country and its people. Still to come on our news bulletin. The Huawei Day Oman activity sheds light on the 5G networks and artificial intelligence at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The analysis of the National Multi-Hazards Early Warning Center indicates the formation of a tropical depression system over the eastern parts of the Arabian Sea today. The system is located at longitude 70 degrees east and latitude 16 degrees north with an estimated surface wind speed around the center between 17 and 27 knots. The depression is about 200 kilometers away from the Indian coast and around 1,400 kilometers from the closest point of the southern Ras Al Madaraka. Latest numerical weather predictions indicates northeasterly movement towards the Indian coast with a probability of further intensification into a deep depression within the coming 24 hours and is likely to move in western or westerly direction towards central of Arabian Sea. The National Multi-Hazards Early Warning Center continued to monitor all updates of this tropical weather system, and the Public Authority for Civil Aviation advises the public to follow up its latest weather bulletins and reports. Within the context of joint cooperation between the Sultanate and India, the activities of the Omani-Indian Joint Air Exercises concluded. The exercises was conducted by the Royal Air Force of Oman in cooperation with the Indian Air Force. It included the implementation of joint training air operations aiming at developing the capabilities of the force and enhance its combat efficiency and its operational readiness of technical cadres and equipment. The exercise also came to enhance joint training and exchange expertise with friendly countries. The Chief of Staff Command of Sultan's Armed Forces, represented by the Moral Guidance Department, concluded the cultural competition for Sultan's Armed Forces in its 13th edition. The competition aimed to develop the skills and capabilities of talented personnel in various cultural, literary and artistic aspects. The conclusion ceremony included various events such as Q&A contest, short stories and traditional arts. At the end of the event, the chief guest, Her Excellency Dr. Rawia bin Saud Al Busaidia, Minister of Higher Education, honored toppers in various aspects of cultural competition. In Nairobi, Kenya, Tourism Board hosted the 9th edition of Magical Kenya Tourism Expo 2019 at the KICC, Nairobi. In tour operators from different countries, including the Sultans, attended the Tour Expo. I was present at the event and I have this report. The 9th edition of Magical Kenya Tourist Expo 2019 held in Nairobi, Kenya, with attendance of over 50 countries across the globe, including Oman.
Well, today we are here on the 9th edition of the Magical Kenya Travel Expo, which is MKTE 2019, and we have seen it has attracted almost 134 buyers.
Magical Kenya Travel Expo is one of the most important tourism trade fair in East Africa. Tour operators and contractors from many countries of the world participated in the event. The fair is a great opportunity to establish business relations, acquire new clients and discover new additions. Speaking to the Omani delegation at the event, Cabinet Secretary for Tourism said,
we have historical links between Oman and the people of Kenya, particularly the coastal strip of Mombasa. I see, congratulations, there is now a code-share arrangement between Kenya Airways and Oman Airways. I believe that also very soon Oman Airways will fly not only in Nairobi, it has daily flights into Nairobi, but also can be able to expand to Mombasa. That is another very good trend. Then we increase the marketing of what products that Kenya have to attract the Omani clientele. Already we have the safari, we have the beach, but we have also cultural tourism. And we have all these historical links that we have visitors, visiting friends and relatives, all that.
3 days tourism exposition was preceded by tours organized for the business buyers from different countries, including Oman, to visit various tourism attractions across Kenya. The tour of which has allowed buyers get first-hand exposure of what Magical Kenya has to offer. Kenya, a land of natural wonders, warm hospitality and wonderful people, a place that connects the majestic and incredible sceneries. It is well known to be one of the world tourist direction, full of cultural and landscape differences.
Kenya, what you see, and wonderful people. They're all welcoming us and they're very happy to see us. Today we are seeing amazing wildlife, and so lion and cheetah. Cheetah was feeding the cub, and we're so wonderful.
A world of fascinating animals and plants, rich in National Conservancy parks. Kenya is well known to be home to some of the most famous safari locations, with over 40 national parks and reserves, as well as private conservancies areas, all set aside for the conservation of wildlife and natural habitat. In this beautiful land of Kenya, here in Masai Mara, south of Kenya, we have come across different species of wild animal. Reporting for the Sultanate of Oman Television, I'm Abdullah bin Ahmed Arrubai. The main committee of Shura Council 9th term elections discussed the final preparations of voting day, which is going to be next Sunday, the 27th of October. Within the meeting, the committee also discussed the readiness of about 110 voting centers distributed in all wilayas of the Sultanate, and each center will have an electronic voting device named Your Vote. The committee also reviewed other topics mentioned within the agenda and made the appropriate decisions regarding them. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Engineer Khalid bin Hilal Al Busaidi and the Secretary of the Ministry of Interior Committee Chairman. Wildlife guards at Environment Conservation's office in Diwan of Royal Court, in coordination with Oman Royal Police, managed to arrest 5 suspects as they hunted protected animals and entered the nature reserve without a prior permission. The assailants used traditional rifles to hunt protected animals within the protected zones in Ras Shajar in the Wilayat of Khuriyat. The Environment Conservation Office pays closer attention to any violations or transgressions committed inside nature reserves and stands as a wildlife guardian against any potential threats to ensure the continuity of the ecological system and the survival of endangered species. Sultan Qaboos University organized Breast Cancer Awareness Day under the theme We Care. The event highlighted the statistics of breast cancer in many countries, which showed that the Sultan's position as the least country with the disease. The event also highlighted ways of breast cancer prevention, diagnosis, and the best treatment for the disease. The event was held under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Ahmed bin Mohammed Al Saidi, Minister of Health. The Ministry of Technology and Communications and Huawei Technologies held today Huawei Day Oman at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. The event was presided over by His Excellency Talal bin Sulaiman Al-Rahbi, Deputy Secretary General for the Supreme Council for Planning. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
To introduce Huawei's 5G and artificial intelligence technologies that can be used to implement projects in line with the e-Oman strategy. The Ministry of Technology and Communications and Huawei Technologies held Huawei Day Oman.
One thing very critical today on the adoption, of the fourth industrial revolution technologies is really injecting these technologies as a proof of concept in the e-transformation project that we are running with the government. We encourage all the private sector and public sector to adopt this technology, because this technology is creating more efficiency, more productivity in the workplace, but also for us as Oman, also creating new opportunities for new jobs for young people.
The event included a series of panels and workshops focused on how to advance intelligence through open, cooperative, and shared platforms for an intelligent future.
We're talking about the fifth generation or 5G in the carrier side, and when we're talking about the artificial intelligence, these are the two key enablers for the Industry 4. Why? Because then you get almost 100 times the speed, you get almost 100 times the better latency, and you get from 4,000 devices into 1 million devices that you could connect in 1 square meters. And then really you can apply the IoT, you can apply the driverless autonomous cars, you can apply the drones, you can apply telemedicine. So a lot of applications that we can apply for all of us to benefit and change the way we live.
New applications were also introduced at the event related to different sectors, including smart government, transport, and finance, besides unveiling a number of new IT and IP solutions for Oman, built for the artificial intelligence era. Artificial intelligence and 5G technologies will play a key role in empowering the digital economy in the country. Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat.
You're watching the Sultanate of Oman Television, and before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. Greetings of His Majesty the Sultan to His Excellency the President of Azerbaijan are conveyed by His Excellency the Chairman of the State Council. The Sultanate advances 10 places in Doing Business 2020 index ranking at 68th globally. The Sultanate in Iran signed a memorandum of understanding in tourism, marketing and management of touristic sites. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman Television. From the entire news team and myself, we thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening and good night.
أنا تمنيت وترجيت رب العالمين يتعمي صدرك ويفرح لك قلبك.
لا أفلك لأن تتعب.
يا لطيف، وين تكون راحت البنت؟
قسما عظما لا تشوف شيء ما بيصير خاطرك تروح.
يفوتوا جنود الحاكمية الفرنساوية يداهموا الحارة وانت موجود؟
واللي بتشوفه مناسب هو إعادة محاكمة مجرم.
وين بدك تروح يعني؟ لك وين؟
شريف مختار اتقبض عليه الليلة، قتل مراته. انقطعت علاقتنا جميعا بشريف مختار.
القضية لابسة شريف لابساه.
أنا محتاج أمشي من هنا.
انت مش هتمشي من هنا يا شريف بيه.
أي حاجة هتوصل لك من النهاردة تعتبر تحصيل حاصل. أنت خلاص اتحكم عليك.
إذا كان ليك حق عندي هديك خدته مني يوم ما مسكتني، لكن أنا حقي فين؟
مش هسكت، فاهم؟ هتسكت وهتنفذ كل اللي أقول لك عليه بدون مناقشة.